today about something that is very interesting and unique in the sky right now. It can really only happen about every 60 years or so, when all the planets are here from Aquarius to Pisces to Aries. This section of the sky is very transformative. In fact, the most transformative, which spans our universal nature as a universal human rather than as an individual human, our one with the collective, then the liberated human, where we let go of Earth, and then the reborn human. So this is what I'm going to talk about in today's video. Please like the video. Clicking like helps a lot more than you know. It pushes the video higher in relevant video searches. Also, please leave a nice comment. Comments also help more than you know as it raises the video in searches. Many times with hundreds of likes, there are only a dozen comments and they can be disproportionately negative. So be positive. Let me know if you like this. Even just a few words really helps. So subscribe, ring the bell to get notified of upcoming videos. Yes, please do that. And thanks for joining me here. So again, you can see that in this chart, we have planets. We have Saturn and Mars, forget the ascendant, but Saturn, Mars, and Aquarius. Aquarius is the sign of our collective identity. So you have this collective awareness where you aren't just living for your own glory and happiness and pleasure. You have a sense of wanting to leave something behind. You have a sense of what's good for the world, this cultural identity. And that's in many ways where a lot of humans get stuck. This is kind of where our self-awareness, this is like the pinnacle of our self-awareness often, is like, well, but it's not just about me. There's the world, and I'm going to have to, save the world. And what about, all of these ideas, which of course, by the way, we want to save the earth and we want the earth to continue. But we define ourselves by, well, what happens if the earth, if we destroy the earth, then what? This earth is our home and blah, blah. And it is our body, our home, our incarnated body in this lifetime is on this earth. And yes, we have a responsibility to be stewards of the earth and the environment and whatnot. It's part of our, again, sort of collective identity. But we're not just earthlings. We're an earthling in this lifetime. We're a soul being. You're on the earth, but not of the earth. Now, again, I know you're going, oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes, of course. Yes. I remember that. Yes, I do believe that. I also believe that. Yeah. But you don't live that way. You live like your whole life is on earth and the people. And if something happens to the earth, that's it. That's the end of humanity. Again, it's not you, humanity, and all of this. So this is very much the Aquarius kind of ethic and ethos, is our highest ambitions for the world. But that's not the culmination, because the next sign, Pisces, is the sign of liberation. And what are we liberating? What are we letting go of? We're letting go of that thing I just said, until we keep thinking, oh, but I still had work to do on the earth. I still had things to accomplish. I lived my life and I learned how to have a family life, but the earth still needs me. I need to go back. I need to incarnate again for the earth, to save the earth and the people and this social civic duty and responsibility. It's a big thing. And it's a high level of karma there. Until we are liberated from that, we keep coming back. And the Pisces lesson, which is very important now because, as you see, this is a chart for April 9th. We have Sun, Rahu, Venus in Pisces. There's all this Pisces energy. And Pisces is about the transcendent state, that transcendent state of consciousness, of identity, of awareness. You're not just of this earth. Your identity isn't the culmination of your identity isn't that collective identity. That definitely humbles you and brings you into a humbling existence because you realize that the universe doesn't revolve around you. That's Aquarius being opposite Leo. Leo is like, I'm the center of it all. I'm the important one. And Aquarius is like, no, you're one of many other important ones. And ultimately, we're all equally important. And frankly, not that important at all in the bigger scheme of things. Again, so that's Aquarius. And that's usually the culmination of like, yes, now I get it. Maybe it's all about blah, blah, blah. You know, we're all bombarded with memes all over the place now. Maybe it's all about how you serve and humanity. Yeah, it is as a human, but maybe it isn't just about humanity because you're not just human. You incarnated as human. Your nature is a soul, not a body, and the emotions. So again, we've mostly completely forgotten our true nature, particularly in the West, but Indians, Easterners do as well, because their mindset is quite Western as well these days. Capitalistic, materialistic acquisition is really the thing we're pursuing. And really the modern religion, the real spirituality is actually psychology. This is my view after looking at it all the time and constantly talking to people now for decades. The real spirituality is psychology, is understanding our psychology and our emotions. Everything is emotional about how we feel about this. And when we get an exalted feeling, that's what we call spirituality. That I'm spiritual because I'm trying to feel better. Most of it is not, I'm spiritual because I'm trying to let go of all the ignorance, including my attachment to all of my emotional desires, compulsions. I still want all of that, but I want to be peaceful in the midst of all of my desires getting fulfilled. Again, it's really just psychological, emotional, and that's okay. It's in between. It's very much the Western perspective because it says I'm this person in the body and I have all these emotions, and somewhere there's a spirit. Spirit is there somewhere. It's a difference in perspective because the Eastern perspective, you are the spirit. The spirit is the point. It's the real thing. The spirit is the thing that's real. And the emotions are a function of that. And then the actions through the body and what we're trying to do is the most illusory, the most, confused and distant and unreal part, because the actions are always coming from a sort of confused place after the emotions. And once we've forgotten spirit, then here we are taking all these actions, and these actions are really from a confused place. And so, And so that the perspective is distorted. So returning to that clear perspective is really the point of the Vedic wisdom. And so Pisces is literally that place of letting go, So Aquarius is the place of I'm this person in the world with this universal identity, which is humbling and elevating because now I'm of service to something higher in the world. Pisces is like, yeah, but ultimately you need to let go of that if you're going to really connect with your true nature is transcends that. So just because we've transcended the ego and our individual desires in the Aquarius realm, because that's what Aquarius is, it's where we've elevated our individual desires into culture, right? So it's like, yes, this is the ultimate. No, it's not the ultimate. The ultimate is letting go of all of it. And liberation is as its foundation, surrender and letting go. And that's the Pisces part, where you're not of this earth. And even your saving the world means eventually you have to let go of that. And so that letting go of it all is Pisces. That in-between life state is Pisces. And, you know, we just had this big eclipse there in Pisces, of course. And this eclipse is really important because, again, the sun winds up going through these 3 different houses and signs right near the eclipse. And I've been doing a lot of deeper examination of these things. As you can see below the video, there's a join button and a subscribe button. When you join, you can get the different levels of YouTube membership where you can get these video updates. You can see this. These are the recent updates, the week of April 8th, the Vedic week ahead. These are all just recently released. The new moon in Pisces for your sign. Again, because we just had the new moon eclipse in Pisces for your sign, because we just had the eclipse. So again, these are all current for this week as I'm doing this April 9th. And then April 2024 detailed forecast. And then the other weeks ahead, I have deep dive updates for the Oracle 5D star level, where I have these, deeper case studies. And again, these memberships have been very popular. You could see these are all recent comments 22 hours ago. Susie Haley, explanations make sense. Again, thanks again. Very valuable. Thanks for posting. Another great video. Thank you. Eclipses, blessings, everyone, etc. Thanks, Sam. Thanks for doing these videos again. So these are all very recent, and this member forecast, these member forecasts, and this member site has really taken off. More than 50 members in less than a month, and it's just growing. So again, at the Oracle 5D level, you get all of it, but then at the Visionary Pleiadian, you also get these forecasts, the Vedic week ahead, and all of the other forecasts. So please check that out. It's a great way to not just look at the surface, but to go deeper and see how it influences you. So again, we have these 2 cycles, and they're very important. Again, it's not just any 3 signs. I could take any 3 signs and talk about, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, and sometimes I do. Scorpio is rebirth, transformation, facing death. Sagittarius is inspiration and purpose, and then Capricorn is committing and concentrating on that purpose. So anytime you take 3 houses in a row, there's a big transformation that goes from one to the other, right? A huge transformation. But this one is even more transformative because it's the last 2. And it's the rebirth, where we then start over again. So this is like the culmination of human experience here in the 11th house. Human experience. The culmination of human experience is really seen in many ways by the Aquarius energy. I'm the universal human. It's not about me. I'm willing to die for my causes and principles or whatever, right? That kind of focus where it's not about you. But then you're not just human. Pisces is the culmination of your spiritual experience, or a reconnection to your spiritual identity, which is really not a separate identity at all. And it's accessed through meditation, surrender, letting go, literally letting go. Not going, okay, I'm going to do this, which is Aquarius. I'm focused and concentrated and ambitious and motivated to do something external. It's like, okay, now I've done my work in the world. This is the way you can see it. My karma with this world is finished. And now I can let go of it all in Pisces. And by the way, this is what a liberated soul does. When the jiva becomes liberated, a jiva atman, it's because their work in this world is done. As long as you feel like there's still something you want to accomplish, your ego is going to be there. And most of the time, we're just working through our ego on very emotional problems. We're trying to accomplish something. We're trying to get to that selfless Aquarius type of state. But then even when someone gets to that state, eventually they're like, okay, my ambition for this world is done. And even someone who can die peacefully, they feel like they've accomplished what they came here to accomplish in a higher state. So then we can let go and merge with that cosmic identity in Pisces, which is not really a separate identity at all. It's a flow with that spiritual unity. So this is why Pisces is also the dream state, the in-between life state. You want to know what the death state is like? It's like when you're asleep. It's not that hard to realize. We access it all the time. You just woke up a few hours ago. I'm sure it's a few hours ago. It couldn't be more than 10, 15 hours ago. Because we sleep a third of our life. We spend about a third of our life in this Pisces realm, sleeping, right? But most of it is unconscious. So the sleep state, the dream state, the in-between life state, and think about what happens when you sleep. You surrender to sleep. You don't will yourself to sleep. You surrender to it. It overtakes you. So this is also akin to the womb, the spirit in the chrysalis ready to be reborn in Aries. So you see Aries is the rebirth. Aries is that rebirth after the Pisces immersion with the soul. Then we get reborn in Pisces. Boom, here we are in a new body, a new beginning, a new start. Innocent, young, fresh, hot with life, lacking experience, but full of naivete and courage to start a new path. That's the Aries principle. So again, we have Jupiter now in Aries. Actually, as I record this, we also have the moon there and Mercury retrograde. He's going back into Pisces. But by the time Mercury goes back into Pisces and then starts moving forward, Jupiter will move into Taurus May 1st. So this is going to continue. And by the way, it's been happening for a while. I've been meaning to make this video for a while, but because of the eclipse, I kept getting put off. But seeing these planets in these three signs has been going on for quite a while, since Mars signed up here in Aquarius, and until Jupiter goes into Taurus. So again, this is like the human at the beginning of their life in Aries, human at the beginning. Aries, starting over again, new incarnation, new birth. And then the human goes all the way around in these different lessons, and then all the way over here, after having gone through all of these lessons, then he's here in the universal, wanting to show up and save the world kind of thing. And then ultimately realizing my true nature is not this individual who incarnated in this lifetime, nor is it the, one who has all these emotions, or the family man trying to create life and overburdened by the duties and responsibilities, who needs to be nice to people, who needs to face death, who needs to find higher meaning, who needs to commit to that meaning, who now wants to share that meaning with the whole world. Now you need to let go of the whole thing and say, okay, I did it. I need to let go and then get reborn again. So that's this whole sort of culmination of human incarnation, letting go of it, and then being reborn again. So again, I hope this was interesting to understand that we're going through this. This is one of the reasons why also there's so much, feels like so much like pressure right now to like, what am I doing? What's my purpose? Blah, 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 blah. And at the same time, and I just kind of want to let go of it all. I feel ambitious to like do this because Mars and Saturn and Aquarius are like, come on, let's do it. And then Sun, now Venus, Mercury's about to go retrograde in Pisces is like, why do I just want to sleep? At the same time, I want to save the world. If I could just get out of bed, I swear I'd save the world. If I could just get out of bed, I'd be saving the world. You watch. And then we're like, get out of bed and we start the day. Maybe like, okay, here I go, saving the world. Me, this Aries, but eclipse. So this is a huge kind of thing to be looking at now. And again, I hope that this was enjoyable for you to listen to, and you can, share it with others. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.